Warm greetings to everyone. I hope everyone is keeping safe and fine. Did you know that a snail can sleep for 3 years? Humans are the only species known to blush. There are so many unbelievable things in the world we don't know about. Why not learn a little more and broaden our knowledge? So, to provide an ambience that will promote limitless imagination and enable the school students to kindle their interest in science, here we are, the Shivajians of second year from Department of Chemistry. Every year we conduct a science awareness program for school students to develop interest in science, to make it fun with experiments, to give them the opportunity to make a positive role model in their life. And so here we are. So without any delay, let's start with it. For making it more interesting, interactive, and to promote scientific temper, here we have brought Science Awareness Quiz, which you can give on any available devices that are at your home. That could be your mobile or your laptop. Certificate will be issued on the submission of the quiz. Firstly, watch the entire video so that you can answer well in the quiz. Then to participate in the quiz, you need to click on the link which is attached below in the message. Firstly, provide some very basic information and then answer the quiz. All the questions are required. At the submission of the quiz, you will receive a certificate on Gmail which you provided earlier. I now request Dr. Anjali Bodare, Coordinator of Science Awareness Program, Department of Chemistry, Shri Shivaji Science College, Amravati, to deliver her introductory remark.
Warm greetings to everyone. Hello children, I am Dr. Anjali Bodare Chaudhary, working as a professor at Department of Chemistry, Shri Shivaji Science College, Amravati. Today it's my pleasure to present before you the demonstration of basic science experiments which have been prepared by my students of BSc second year. At present, due to the pandemic COVID-19, the students are at their hometown, but still they have taken huge efforts to explain the concepts in a much simpler way. I hope you'll be benefited by the small contribution of our students towards the scientific temper. Stay home, stay safe, and enjoy your academics.
Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Shirke and I am from Shri Shivaji Science College, Amravati. Today we will learn about hydrocarbons briefly, as we seen the amazing properties of carbon atom to form bonds with various other elements and also with the other carbon atoms. But the most preferred element for combination is hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen readily combines to form a vast range of compounds. These compounds are called as hydrocarbons. Also, the compound containing hydrogen and carbon are called as hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are further classified into two categories: saturated hydrocarbons and unsaturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons are those hydrocarbons in which the carbon atom is linked to the another carbon atom by single bond, and unsaturated hydrocarbons are those hydrocarbons in which the carbon atoms are linked to each other by double or triple bond. In saturated hydrocarbons, example is alkane, while in unsaturated hydrocarbons, the examples are alkene and alkyne. They are further classified into three categories on the basis of molecular structure: straight chain hydrocarbon, branch chain hydrocarbon, and cyclic hydrocarbons. Whereas unsaturated hydrocarbons are further classified into three categories on the basis of molecular structure: straight chain hydrocarbon, branch chain hydrocarbon, and cyclic hydrocarbons.
My name is Shubham Tarachin Raghu. Students, my topic is the structure of an PSLV made by an ISRO. Dear student, this is the PSLV satellite I made by my hand by using century paper. PSLV is made by an ISRO. The uppermost part of the satellite is satellite separation system. हे अंतराळात गेल्यावरच त्याचे दोन पार्ट होतात आणि तिथून रिमूव्ह होतो. हे मेन म्हणजे सॅटेलाइट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम जो सेकंड पार्ट आहे, आणि हा रेड कलरचा जो फर्स्ट पार्ट आहे त्याला थर्ड स्टेप जनरेशन म्हणतात. आणि ही जी मेन व्हाईट जी PSLV नाव इंडिया लिहून आहे ही आहे सेकंड ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम, आणि ही जे सर्वात खाली आहे आणि सर्वात बॉटमला राहते त्याला म्हणतात फर्स्ट स्टेप ऑफ सेपरेशन. आणि त्या साईडला थोड्या लहान लहान प्रकारचे रॉकेट्स म्हणता येईल, आपण दिवाळीची पाहतो. ही जे मी तुम्हाला असं आता ओरली सांगितलेलं आहे ते तुम्हाला समजलं नसेल तर मी एक व्हिडिओ पण तयार केला आहे याच्यावर. समजली असेल. हा सध्याचा काळ तुम्हाला माहित आहे, हा कोरोनाचा काळ आहे, त्याच्यामुळे तुम्ही घरीच राहा, सुरक्षित राहा, सॅनिटायझर आणि मास्कचा भरपूर वापर करा.
Hello friends, my name is Misbah Patel. Today we will discuss about some special traits of the element in periodic table. You can see in periodic table various types of the elements such as metal, metallics and non-metals are arranged in the periods and the groups. These horizontal rows are called as the periods and these vertical rows is called as the group. So first we will discuss about the atomic radius. As we notice the period from left to right, we see that every new electron is added in the same shell of that element, due to which the size of the element is decreases from left to right in a period, and hence atomic radius of the element decreases in a period from left to right. But in groups, every upcoming element is added in the new shell, and hence the size of the element is increases in a group from top to bottom, and hence atomic radius is increases in a group. So these are some properties of the element. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Vaishnavi Lonal. Welcome to this science awareness program where we learn different fun facts which is happening on this earth. So today I will be teaching you the revolution of earth around the sun and the seasons. Maximum time what happened, we can't imagine the actual position and the actual situation of the earth while revolving around the sun. So today I will give the practical demonstration of the revolution of earth around the sun. So for the practical demonstration I have used some props like this is the sun and this is the earth. So our earth rotates in this position like this from west to east. So you can clearly see that the maximum sunlight is falling on the Tropic of Cancer. The maximum sunlight is falling on the northern part of the earth now, and this position of earth is called as summer solstice, and reverse position in the southern hemisphere, where the southern hemisphere is experiencing the winter, and now earth revolves in this position. So now earth has come to this position, and this position of earth is called as the equinox, that is first equinox, where all whole is experiencing the equal days and equal lights. Now earth goes in this position to here. So you can clearly see that at this position the maximum sunlight is falling on the southern part of the earth. This position of earth is called as winter solstice. From here earth goes on this position, and this position of earth is called as second equinox, and these are the fourth position of earth while revolving around the sun.
Good morning. My name is Rucha Ananta Dakore, student of Sri Shivaji Science College, and under the Science Awareness program today I will be teaching you Newton's laws of motion. But before that, let me give you a brief introduction about Sir Isaac Newton. Sir Isaac Newton was one of the greatest influential scientists of all time. His 3 laws of motion laid the foundation of mechanics. So let's get started. So Newton's first law of motion states that an object will continue to be at rest or in uniform motion along a straight line until and unless some kind of external unbalanced force acts on it. It is also known as law of inertia. Inertia is the tendency of a body to maintain its previous state or tendency of a body to resist motion. So here I have an experiment to demonstrate first law. So here it's a glass over which there is a cardboard and over which there is a coin. So when I flick the cardboard, coin fell into the glass, which shows us that as force was not applied on the coin, it fell in the glass, and cardboard over which force was applied just flipped out. So let's move on to the second law of motion, which states that rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the unbalanced force and the change of momentum occurs in the direction of force. Now let's move on to the third law of motion, which states that for every action there is equal and opposite reaction which acts simultaneously. Third law is responsible for birds to fly in air, and this action-reaction combo helps birds to stay in air and fly. The same thing happens with the rocket also.
Welcome to Science Awareness Program. I am Anand Umade from Sri Shivaji Science College, Amravati. We are conducting this program to aware the student about the magical world of science. So, my topic is scalar versus vector quantity. So, the first difference is about the definitions of the scalar quantity and the vector quantity. So, what is meant by the scalar quantity? The physical quantities which have only magnitude is called as the scalar quantity, and the vector quantity, the physical quantities which have magnitude as well as direction, is called as the vector quantity. The physical quantity means the measurable quantity. Example, suppose I am buying 5 kg sugar, then 5 kg indicate the mass of the sugar. Therefore, it is scalar quantity. And suppose my body weight is the vector quantity because the normal force is directed opposite to the gravitational force. Therefore, it is the relation between the mass and the direction. Therefore, it is the vector quantity. Scalar quantity is one-dimensional quantity and vector quantity is multi-dimensional quantity. We are getting this point by the example. Suppose speed of car is 35 km per hour. Then 35 km per hour is one-dimensional quantity. That indicates that the speed is the scalar quantity and velocity is 35 km per hour at ease. That means 35 km per hour is related with the direction. That is two-dimensional quantity.
Hello friends, welcome to the Science Awareness Program. Myself Dipti Thakare from Sri Shivaji Science College. Today I am going to talk on stress management. Stress can be managed by some ways. First, talk about your problem. Go and share with your friends and family about your feelings so that you will get confident. Second, set realistic expectations. Keep your goals smart. Don't expect too much things from your life. Third, say no to some things. Dance. As everyone enjoys dancing while talking on a phone, doing laundry or cleaning process, you can dance. Second, laugh. This will reduce your anxiety, relieve stress by stimulating your organs. Third, connect with others. Go into the garden, spend time with your friends, animals also, like dog and cat. It will make you feel enjoy. Being in nature always increases energy levels and reduce depression and boost well-being. Sixth way is the meditation. It reduces stress while improving sleep and cognitive function. This is how we can manage the stress. So, as the stress is the epidemic of 21st century, being happy is the remedy for this. Thank you so much.
I am Kshitij Devkiran Patkar from Sri Shivaji Science College, Amravati. What is bond? A chemical bond is an attractive force between atoms that connects them together. बॉन्ड म्हणजे दोन ॲटम्स मधील जो अट्रॅक्टिव्ह फोर्स असतो ज्यामुळे ते एकत्र येतात त्याला आपण केमिकल बॉन्ड असे म्हणू शकतो. आता उदाहरण द्यायचं झालं तर दोन मित्रांमधील जो संबंध असतो त्याला आपण मैत्रीचा बॉन्ड असे म्हणू शकतो. त्याच प्रकारे दोन ॲटम मधील जो अट्रॅक्टिव्ह फोर्स मध्ये एकत्र येतात त्यालाच आपण केमिकल बॉन्ड असे म्हणतो. हा अट्रॅक्टिव्ह फोर्स कशामुळे त्या ॲटम्स मध्ये निर्माण होतो? जर ॲटम मध्ये एखाद दोन इलेक्ट्रॉनची जर कमतरता असेल तर हा अट्रॅक्टिव्ह फोर्स निर्माण होतो. बॉन्ड्स आर फॉर्म बिटवीन ॲटम्स टू बिकम स्टेबल. टाइप्स ऑफ बॉन्ड तीन प्रकारचे आहेत. पहिला बॉन्ड कोव्हॅलंट बॉन्ड, दुसरा आयनिक बॉन्ड, तिसरा मेटॅलिक बॉन्ड. बघूया कोव्हॅलंट बॉन्ड म्हणजे काय. अ बॉन्ड विच इज फॉर्म बाय म्युच्युअल शेअरिंग ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन इज कॉल्ड एज कोव्हॅलंट बॉन्ड. कोव्हॅलंट बॉन्ड म्हणजे असा बॉन्ड ज्यामध्ये दोन्ही ॲटम सारख्या प्रमाणात आपले इलेक्ट्रॉन शेअर करून जो बॉन्ड बनवतात त्यालाच कोव्हॅलंट बॉन्ड म्हणतात. आता आपण बघूया आयनिक बॉन्ड म्हणजे काय. द इलेक्ट्रोस्टॅटिक अट्रॅक्शन बिटवीन पॉझिटिव्ह अँड निगेटिव्ह आयन इज कॉल्ड ॲज आयनिक बॉन्ड. आणि त्याच आयनिक बॉन्डला इलेक्ट्रोव्हॅलेंट बॉन्ड सुद्धा म्हटले जाते. इट इज फॉर्म बाय ट्रान्सफर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन फ्रॉम वन ॲटम. to another atom. It forms between metal and non-metal. आणि नेहमी आयनिक बॉन्ड हे मेटल अँड नॉन मेटल मध्येच फॉर्म होतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल इथे दिलेला आहे NaCl, KCl. The attractive interactions between cations and mobile electrons is called as metallic bond. Attractive interaction between cations. Cations म्हणजे positive charge ions. It holds all atoms together in metal crystal. It forms between metal and metal. आणि हे मेटॅलिक बॉन्ड हा नेहमी दोन मेटल मध्येच घडून येतो. अशा प्रकारे आपल्याला समजून आलं असेल की टाइप्स ऑफ बॉन्ड किती आहेत व कशा प्रकारे आहेत.
Hello friends, I am Anava Rathod. Today we are here to discuss the topic of ecosystem. As we know, all the living things in our nature and also the non-living things are the part of the ecosystem. All the living things such as plants, animals and organisms in the given area interact with each other, also with their non-living environment, for example air, soil, sunlight. Ecosystem consists of two components, a biotic component and biotic component. It consists of two factors, physical factor and chemical factor. Physical factor. Physical factor is a factor in the biotic environment that influence the growth and the development of the biological community. For example, air, water, soil and sunlight. Chemical factors. Chemical factors are the biodegradable constituents. For example, nutrients and minerals. Now we will see about biotic components. Biotic components consist of two parts, autotrophic and heterotrophic. Autotrophic. Autotrophic use the inorganic substances to synthesize their food. Producers is the part of autotrophic. It carry out the photosynthesis constituent to synthesize their food. Heterotrophic. Heterotrophic use the intake and digestion organic systems for synthesizing their food. It has two parts, consumers and decomposers. All the animals are consumers. They are of three parts, primary consumers, secondary consumers and tertiary consumers. This was the components of ecosystem. I hope friends you got my point what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Myself Pallavi Sarang Sanduri. Solution for the global warming. First one, planting more trees. Second, reducing waste generation. Third, reducing the use of production which generate greenhouse gases. Fourth, using energy efficient appliances. Fifth, increasing the fuel efficiency of vehicles. Sixth, using more renewable energy. Friends, this is all about greenhouse effect and global warming.
Hello friends, I am Rudrani Krishnakant Bharatde. Today we are going to study a very new and interesting topic, that is photometry. Let's start from introduction. So friends, what is photometry? Friends, photometry is a combination of two words, that is photo and metry. Photo means the light particles and metry means the technique of measurement. And the device used to measure the intensity of light is known as photometer. So friends, आपण एक analyte solution घेतला आहे. First of all, we should know what is meant by analyte solution. Analyte solution means असं solution ज्याचा आपल्याला analysis करायचं आहे. So आपण एक analyte solution घेतला आहे आणि त्या analyte solution मधून आपण एक specific intensity चा light beam pass केला. तर आता ते solution काय करेल? त्याच्या कॅपॅसिटी नुसार एक स्पेसिफिक इंटेन्सिटीचा लाईट आपल्याला स्वतः ऍब्सॉर्ब करेल अँड द रिमेनिंग लाईट विल बी रिफ्लेक्टेड अँड धिस रिफ्लेक्टेड लाईट इज मेजर्ड विथ द हेल्प ऑफ photometer. Let's see the types of photometry. Friends, there are various types of photometry, but here we will discuss only two. That is spectrophotometry and flame photometry. That is spectrophotometry. Friends, या टेक्निकचा वापर एखाद्या एनालाइट सोल्युशननी किती इंटेन्सिटीचा लाईट स्वतः ऍब्सॉर्ब केला आहे हे मेजर करण्यासाठी होतो. And the instrument used for this technique is known as spectrophotometer. And the instrument used for this technique is known as flame photometer. The picture of flame photometer. So friends, this is the basic concept of photometry. I hope you got my all points.
I hope you understood the basic concepts and enjoyed learning with our students and will be surely benefited. Our aim is always to enrich the scientific passion of the students, and every year we do that by visiting a school and spend whole day nurturing the students. But this year we had to do it in a different manner, And so we came up with an idea of making a video for this purpose, so that all students could get the opportunity. And so, hoping that we have achieved of what we desired. Today, I would like to carry a message. A hibiscus flower every fortnight blooms on it, big, bright and tender. Through the day, it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. But as evening approaches, it starts wilting. The morning after, it withers completely and falls. The flower comes to life only for a day, yet it does so in full splendor. What if we too lived our life, however short, but to its fullest? The stream does not make any effort to make anyone happy, but its very presence makes the grass grow greener. The flowers blossom and the birds chirp with joy. Just like the little stream, you can be a source of joy, happiness and positive energy wherever you go, without making any effort whatsoever. You can do this by getting in touch with yourself, by understanding yourself, valuing yourself, forgiving yourself, and giving yourself the much needed love.